After the storm comes the cleanup.
Okay, here we go, all right?
Brisbane's Lord Mayor took a hands-on approach at New Farm Park, offering residents the chance to dispose of green waste at council tips this weekend for free.
We certainly suggest that they take up the opportunity to trim those trees or whatever they need to do within their properties to make sure that they're ready for the storm season.
By doing so, residents can help reduce the pressure on emergency services.
We get quite a few calls where the residents could have taken precautions, used the advantage of things like this weekend.
With the Bureau of Meteorology expecting at least one tropical cyclone to hit the Sunshine State this summer, the SES is urging Queenslanders to be prepared and alert.
Those hazards could be addressed by just taking those simple measures, cleaning gutters out, looking at those objects around the house or around the yard that could fly around, and just having that plan of what you're going to do if a storm impacts.
In the aftermath of a storm, authorities advise to check your house for damage, be aware of fallen trees and flooded waterways, and to stay away from exposed power lines. Naveen Razik, QUT News. It may have been a cold and wet start to the day, but it didn't stop these cyclists from turning out for a snag. This Ride to Work Day breakfast in the city was hosted by Bicycle Queensland, who are encouraging commuters to have a go at cycling.
Well, we want to say that year-round that riding to work is a way that you can get to work and get exercise and be healthy, but also beat congestion and do it in environmentally sustainable ways.
Some commuters were willing to put their trust in only one wheel.
This is a whole lot better training, more fun, not affected by weather, rain, and I just decided I'm not going back to bikes. Unicycle's the way to go.
Cyclists agree that Brisbane has a well-developed bikeway network, but say there is always room for improvement.
We're encouraged by the level of investment that has happened so far, but particularly the north side of Brisbane and the east side of Brisbane still needs more and better bikeways to link up the bikeway network.
Drivers need more education about proximity to cyclists.
I have to ride on the road quite a bit, and the roads are a little bit bumpy at times and quite scary, but I still do it.
The breakfast is part of a national campaign attracting thousands of cyclists across the country. Naveen Razik, QUT News.
Wet weather this weekend will make Queensland's biggest sporting event, the Gold Coast 600, a tricky race. So drivers have been keen to test their cars in practice.
Surfers Paradise has a reputation for being tough on drivers and even tougher on cars.
Now, we're going to see a lot of this over the weekend.
And frontrunner Scott McLaughlin pushed the limits on the track and in pit lane.
Whoa! How's all that? It's like you going to the shopping centre.
He finished the session in 5th place. Throughout the day, the drivers pushed hard, and the 2.96-kilometre circuit offered little sympathy for those who came unstuck.
Nasty moment again.
Bathurst 1000 winner David Reynolds continued his strong form by securing 6th place. Behind him was championship contender Jamie Whincup, points leader Fabian Coulthard finishing in 11th. As the minutes ran down, Chaz Mostert found his groove.
What's it do for him? Yes, an 11.05.
He topped the first session after it came to an early end, Simona Di Silvestro taking too much speed into the final corner. Michael Caruso lifted his Nissan Altima to 2nd place. Shane Van Gisbergen finished in 3rd for Red Bull HRT. The first leg of the main event, the Gold Coast 600, gets underway on Saturday. Naveen Razik, QUT News.